This was once an armament rest.
An old cylindrical generator is nested above the ammo lift, with makeshift electrical wiring running out of its side and across the floor. The cables disappear into the wall to your right. The lieutenant puts his hand on the metal barrel, checking for warmth.
It's cold now, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired.
Where do these wires lead?
Downstairs, somewhere?
What kind of generator is this?
Liquid carbon. I would imagine it takes mazout.
He points to the open fuel cap on the side of the dynamo.
The kind that's favored by vagrants and fuel thieves. It's been a long winter, long and cold.
If anyone stayed here, they'd need a generator.
Tap on the side.
A hollow ring. The canister is empty. Dust falls from the generator and down into the ammo lift.
What does this mean, a generator here?
I don't know. I'm not a philosopher.
That is his idea of a joke.
I meant, why is it here?
Someone with basic electrical skills has restored it in order to keep the room warm. Maybe it's the fire guy.
The wind outside picks up suddenly, with a faint howl. Inside, it's warm.
Okay. This great blast door must weigh over 10 tons. Rust peels off it.
You see a small metal door nested inside a larger one. A heavy steel blast door. There is a conventional keyhole above the handle. It's very small.
Hello, Layla. My cat has just jumped onto my desk. Closing the window to keep her safe. Hello, Layla. Hello, little baby. You're in the way of my screen again. Can you find a spot to sit which is not in my field of vision, please? Layla, could you please move so that I can play the video game? I don't know if you guys can hear her purring. Happy baby. She's enjoying the summer. She enjoys the summer a lot. She loves sitting in the sun. Although it's been a bit grey and humid today, which is miserable. Okay, Layla, I love you, but I gotta play this game. Good girl. She's sitting down. Now I can see the screen. What's on the other side?
Another part of the island, probably. The lock looks like it could still be usable.
How do we open this?
Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open?
He looks at the door, then at its bigger brother, then at the lock.
He's right. It would be better to open its big brother. A powerful engine hangs under the ceiling. It must control the blast door.
You're right, we opened the big one. Do you see the controls anywhere?
I think there's a console just southeast. Let's look around. Getting the blast door open seems like the best plan.
Okie dokie. Let's see what we can do. This hatch is jammed shut. Okay. Firing slit. You can't see inside. It must have been a direct hit to take out such a huge chunk. The distant sound of cargo ships. Signal horns echo on the water. Okay, obviously I can't walk on water this time, but let's see what's out here. The winch is broken. Rust has eaten what remains of the chain.
A strange feeling looking at the water. Maybe you should just wander off into the sea. Leave it all and walk in with a bottle in your hand.
Why?
Perhaps there's someone there, under the water, waiting for you, where it has always been. Maybe you know it's going to hurt.
But it's cold.
Yes, cold and still. But love is warm, like the inside of her mouth.
No.
Yes. No. We're not starting with that. Not now. Not this time. This thought is over.
A bottle in my hand?
Always.
Raise your sight.
In the still mirror of the bay, you see Martinez reflected. Tall edifices of ruins reach into the water, like shimmering towers. And the shacks too. Pine trees and motor lorries, upside down. Islets and posts, like stepping stones, lead into the water in front of you. Go. Step in. It's been too long.
Shake your head. Can I go any further around here? Nope. Okay. Water rushes below, far down below.
The heavy metal door.
Okay, we'll come back to it. The inside of the fortress. You make out the console and the blast door. Okay. There's not much I can do around here. I guess. It's the way I came, isn't it? So do I just have to... I didn't explore everything to the east. Okay. Is there more stuff beyond the chain? Oh, hello.
Green paint flecks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. There are rows of switches on the front panel, a frequency band, and even a keyboard.
Run your fingers across the keyboard.
The keys rattle like teeth. This keyboard hasn't been functional in decades.
What is this then?
The console of an anti-computation device. The generator upstairs, with wires coming out. They terminate here.
Could this open the blast door?
Possibly. Urgence, ouvert, allumé, radiodiffusé. It sounds like this device was used to control the electronics here. Maybe it still does.
This device was used to control the electronics in the room. It could open doors, control lights, function as a radio computer.
Turn emergency open.
We need to restore power before using this, officer. The generator, it didn't look like there was fuel in it. We should look around outside. There are barrels all over. Maybe one of them still has something in it.
The boat engine.
Or we could get some from the boat engine.
But officer, then we would have to swim back to the mainland. Let's just look around, okay?
The consul stands by.
Okie dokie. Looking for some oil. The depot that supplied this chain is long gone from the coast. Okay, what is that up there? Ooh, electrochemistry. What's up? The pain in your pelvis makes you wince, then you continue. Ooh, that looks like some fuel. Hello. Yeah, we're in the last part of the game, I think. I've never played this before, so I don't really know how close we are to finishing the mystery and stuff in that regard, but just got to the island today, day 7, quite far in, yeah. An old medicine cabinet newly stocked with dramine.
There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab, only half covered by the crumbling roof. At the head of it, double embrasures, firing slits like 2 eyes in the wall.
B triple prime. This looks like a good place to shoot from.
Inspect the mattress.
A single-person mattress, modern, civilian use. Brand name, Marjorie. There's a fuel stain on the cover, along with cigarette burns, and an empty can of beans on the ground next to it, filled to the brim with cigarette butts.
Pick one out of the can.
The silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the paper filter. The brand, Tio Moteri. Contemporary Revacholians prefer Druan, a local blend from the southern islands, or Astra, the legendary cigarette from Grad. Tio Moteri is favored by older men for its paper filter tips, sweet smell, and added tar.
Tio Materi, like the ones we found at Land's End, remember?
I may have been wrong when I said it wasn't important. This means the same person could have visited both locations. I didn't see any signs of smoking inside, though. If people live there, they keep it tidy. This here may also be a smoking spot.
Inspect the wall.
There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window.
Touch the concrete first.
Quite old and grimy from years without cleaning by anything other than the rain.
Look through the hole in the concrete.
The springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out. Trepidation. A tingling feeling in your stomach. A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting. 1 kilometer across the water. The ruins look familiar.
Visual calculus. On the left.
A towering skyscraper. Its top floors shaved off by artillery fire. Capeside apartments. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A and 33B.
On the right.
The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the Whirling in Rags, Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 10, the doomed commercial area.
And between the two,
the box-shaped silhouette of the Whirling in Rags. Its sloped roof, a tiny fleck of light catches your eye on the rooftop, sunlight reflecting off the upstairs window of Clausia's room.
there it is.
Do you have a line of sight to the window?
Yes, there's an opening between 33A and 10. I can see to the roof.
I can see it. Through the scope of a rifle. The shooter would be prone, lying on the mattress, barrel resting on the embrasure.
Cheek against a cheek rest, hand on the hair trigger, on a calm day like this.
I don't want to boast.
I think we have it. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest.
He pats you on the back, 3 small pats in a row. Better late than never.
Nothing pointed here. Many leads pointed elsewhere.
7 people are dead.
Don't beat yourself up, officer. We did not put guns in their hands or get them drunk.
He looks north over the fortification, then adds,
The lieutenant pauses. Regret comes over him.
We will make up for it. Here. I feel it.
could the shooter still be here?
Where?
On this island?
He does not answer, just nods. With his back hunched, he looks around once more and says,
We should move now.
Turn away. Sorry, one sec. Okay. What's that? Okay, so we found the sniper nest. Find fuel for the blast door. And open the blast door. Okay. That's our only objective at the moment. You feel eyes on your back. Someone's watching, but you can't say where.
Yes?
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Kim. Just looking for some fuel. Maybe it's back in that barrel that we saw earlier. So, let me head back there. Hello? There we go. No, nothing from that particular barrel. Hello. The barrel has run empty, there's nothing inside. Fuck. Okay, I'm not really sure what I'm missing. But I guess maybe it's on the other side. Yeah, this looks like a bust. Let me change back into my communist coat. There we go. Much better. Okay, I feel that I can't really go in that direction, otherwise I would. Yeah, I just can't go that way. So it must be out here somewhere. I already have fuel? Oh, you're right. I'm so stupid. Oh my god. That was a very embarrassing moment for me. Thank you for catching that lesbian pain. What would I do without you? At least I have my communist coat back on.
This cylindrical generator waits with its fuel cap open. The lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up to the fuel tank as you tilt. Dark brown, viscous fluid pours out, and the room fills with a chemical smell. There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side. The lieutenant flicks the switch. The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old warhorse before settling down to a rattle.
That should do it.
Nice.
A dim
It's on. Turn emergency open.
automatic boot.
Push light interior.
The lighting in the room turns on with a sizzle, a dim ambient orange.
Slide radio dial.
The dial slides under the dusty glass, dark and silent, despite the power being on. You make out defunct stations on the UKV frequency. The words "failed insula" are written on the band.
Insular. This is an off-air radio computer, I believe, used for military communications.
It's an air-gapped system, an off-air military model. Its circuits are nearly impossible to bend, i.e., it cannot be remote controlled.
Turn emergency open.
The blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in.
Who could be inside? Okay, very dramatic. The anticipation is killing me. Come on. There we go.
After you.
Before, outside, when we were walking across the sand, I felt someone watching me.
So did I. Not back there, but I felt it since we came here.
What if we get into another fight?
Don't worry. I have a gun.
What's there? Point to the door.
I don't know.
A thin wisp of smoke rises from a charred black fire pit. The wind picks up, then dies down again.
I also have a gun.
I know. It was not easy to acquire.
Let's go. Okay, let's give it a quick save. And let's go in here. Oh god, okay. Okay, I thought that was going to be like another room. Oh, there we go. Small white flowers blossom all around you. Ooh! Like the Mayflowers, a rubber dinghy. It's deflated, broken. That's a person.
An old man wearing tracksuit trousers leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth.
The deserter.
Then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours, unclouded by cataracts. His eyesight is sharp. He's practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time ago. This man hates everything.
Are you the fire guy?
The what now? I can't hear you.
Did you recently tell 2 kids to put out their fire? 2 twins.
I may have. All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around, trying to give up the position. Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a grown-up.
Are you talking about me, regressive bourgeoisie henchman? Because I am that, because I'm a cop. Don't think it's a very nice or very accurate thing to say about children, though. You've retained your eyesight.
My eyesight? Yes. Helps me see all the shit.
Did you close the blast door?
I did. And you opened it. How?
How did you know I was coming?
The boat engine. On the water.
Nice gun you got there.
It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
Is that a Belle Margrave?
It's a Triangong 446.
Southeast Samaran made. Exotic. Must be defunct too. No modern rifle manufacturer of that name springs to mind.
A Samaran rifle. How did you get hold of one?
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Sinyao commune. Military aid.
He pats the rifle.
It has stayed true to him. He can still make it sing.
The Sin Yao commune?
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk, white from the ball.
His gaze turns inwards.
He's right. Almost no one remembers there was a third metastasis of the world revolution in the Safre Empire, extinguished in '06.
It's not wiped from the board, I remember it.
They wouldn't like hearing their name in your mouth. Damn dog.
Yeah, fair enough. Calling me out for being a cop. Appreciate it.
The time will come to win his trust, comrade. It is not now. You need to take care of the gun first.
Your weapon has stayed true to you. Mine has too.
Yes. I bet you've killed a lot of people with it. You fascist fuck.
I like him.
Have you come to make me one of them?
His grip on his rifle tightens.
We have come to ask you questions, nothing more.
The lieutenant puts his hand on his holster.
If you do not comply, we will take you in. Do you understand?
Another spitball lands in the ashes. That's all the answer he gives. I gotta respect it. I gotta respect it. Lesbian Pain says, I've been waiting for this for a long time. And here we are. Here we are. Okay. Sara, I need you to put down that gun so we can talk further. We're with the police.
The lieutenant pulls his pistol from the holster.
You are a glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander corresponding rank.
Authority check. I am an enemy commander of rank. Put it down.
The words, I am an enemy commander, sound cold as iron from your lungs. The old man still hugs his gun.
And what rank would that be?
Lieutenant double your freighter.
A big wheel of the 4th Regiment of the Pederast Army. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway. It's out of bullets.
The old man lays the rifle down carelessly, then just stares at it lying there.
Like an amputated limb in the sand. He stares on, his wrinkled mouth moving without a sound. A strange sadness, like a song.
What did you say?
The future teaches you to be alone.
The present.
Let him say it.
The present to be afraid, cold.
The old man pulls back the hood of his plastic cape and looks up into the sky. It's blue-grey, the same colour as the sea. Those words, the future teaches you.
Real music. It's La Révacholière, you shit-licking bougie dog. Chanson de soldat of the black and whites.
Marching song. Forget about that for a moment. You need to address that remark first.
No, I'm not going to defend myself. I am a shit-licking bougie dog. I'm a cop. I know La Révacholière. It's the marching song of the World Revolution.
There you go. 1 of 3. In Grad, they sang Brave Children, favourites of history. And in Sinyao, it was some Samaran shit, I guess.
How does it go, the song?
How did it go?
He looks at his gun on the ground and shakes his head slowly.
Something about shooting rabbits. I don't know. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. It's gone now.
He waves erratically with his hand, annoyed that he can't remember. A little tremor passes through him. It was dear to him. He resents forgetting it.
What have you been using this gun for?
No reply. His leg twitches. You went in too fast. Over-eager. He sounds like he hasn't gotten to speak to another human being in a long time. Especially about politics. That's what you should do first.
Who are you?
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my term of surrender.
His eyes turn to the reeds again, dead and dull.
The Commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? Your holdover from the...
From the Insular Indian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in 07, trained in the École de Contrôle Orient, and consigned to emergency defense duties in 08. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
Thanks, logic. You've been on this island for 43 years.
No. I've been on other islands, too. I was in Resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was an E-48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago.
again, you've been hiding here for 43 years.
43 years and 10 months.
I don't even know what that is.
It's inhuman. It's sick. It's not how a human being should live. But I had to. I couldn't just forget. I couldn't just forget what I saw.
What have you been doing during all this time?
Hiding, fishing, waiting.
He looks across the water.
Where the afternoon grows late, on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, people walk home. Street lights will soon be lit. Further inland, the streets are alive with workers, men, women, children, street hawks and migrant laborers. The temperature is steady. Alto cumulus clouds form above Precinct 41.
Always waiting.
For what?
For her to return.
Her who?
Girl, child, revolution.
Girl child revolution?
Always.
She better come. I too have given my life to Mazovian socioeconomics.
A waste. The material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind and themselves. The historic opportunity for our revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore. However hard I try, whatever I do.
I don't know about that, buddy. I don't know if that's quite true. You can't tell the future, and I kind of think that waiting around on your own for 43 years is not going to do anything for the revolution, because you're not doing anything. And also, like, you individually can't make that happen, but, you know, you can ideologically train other people in the ways of Mazovian socioeconomics to build class consciousness and therefore build towards another revolution, you know? Okay, hold on. Lesbian Pain has posted in chat Un jour je serai de retour près de toi, which is that was Cindy's graffiti from before. I'm gonna do a little Google Translate moment. One day I will return to your side. The first results that come up when I Google that are all Disco Elysium related. Interesting. Well, that's interesting that would be thematically relevant to communism and world revolution, but also to kind of like the relationships in the game. Like the interpersonal relationships and such within the game. I wonder, was that Cindy's message to us? Because she disappeared. Will we ever see Cindy again? You said you deserted your unit.
I was just 16 years old. 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith. And of courage, too.
Lapse of faith?
You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible. For a second, I doubted the irreducible laws of historic materialism.
Well, if you believe unwaveringly in the irreducible laws of historic materialism, which I think we could all slightly critique that idea, like, then that's running contrary to a statement being like, there's no way that a world revolution could ever happen again. Because if you believe in historical materialism, then you believe that it's inevitable that historical forces will lead to the proletariat overthrowing the bourgeoisie and building socialism, and after that building communism throughout the world through world revolution, right? So if you believe in historical materialism, then you have to believe that there will be further revolutions and eventually there will be success. It's revolutionary optimism is what you need, my guy.
A second is all it took.
For what?
For reaction to take hold.
What's reaction?
Petty bourgeois terror. It's in all men.
Yes, we all have a tiny bourgeois person in us trying to run away.
He does not seemingly react to what you said. Only his right brow moves a little. He does not believe a police officer is genuinely revolutionary.
And he's right for that. Because I need to quit the police force.
And this was when?
The lieutenant instinctively looks to his notebook, but does not take it out.
May the 13th, 08, 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airships. Their petroleum rose to the sky. It looked like it formed the clouds. Storm clouds. When they started shelling, it was dark magic.
I get that after you lose a war you wouldn't be feeling too optimistic, but it's been 43 years. I think at a certain point you have to be like, either I have to like choose optimism and choose building communism and the revolution and like choose to try to make that happen again, if that's what I genuinely believe in. Otherwise, I don't know how much better it is to spend my life alone on an island not doing anything. You know? I think that because I can get that, you know, you lose a war, that's pretty fucking rough. You know, a world revolution fails, that's pretty fucking rough. But it's been 43 years. At a certain point, you know, at a certain point we gotta pick ourselves back up emotionally and politically from that. Otherwise, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If we don't make the effort to build communism, then communism won't happen. Sadly, I did not complete the communist quest line because it got cancelled because I triggered the tribunal before I could complete it. Dark magic?
The combined might of international capital. All at once, all the greed and terror in the world tore into Revachol. It lifted streets from the ground and turned houses into ghosts. We were in the Flak Tower. Huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in Ozon, but I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned into ash. So I said I was going to the map room.
A terrible shame, still within it. The lobes of his ears are red with it. The shame and smallness of what he became.
Yeah. You didn't go into the map room?
No. I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland, in the bunkers there, like the weakest of the weak. A mouse, frightened at the ordnance all night, and the sound of the rotors in the morning, whirring.
What was that?
Airships. I climbed out into hell. The landing was complete. The chain was submerged. I had to swim back. The fortress was half submerged too. Shattered. They'd all drowned in the lower levels, or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned. So had I. I left them without ideological direction. It was real. I'd seen it. I'd seen it in reality.
Seen what?
The mask of humanity fall from capital. It has to take it off to kill everyone, everything you love. All the hope and tenderness in the world. It has to take it off just for 1 second to do the deed.
That's my favourite line in the game. Which one? Which one's your favourite line? Would you mind some spoilers about it, or do you plan on doing it later? I would like to do it later. I will see if that's something that I'm able to do on stream. So maybe hold off for now. Yeah, I don't know. I think I need to chew on it a little bit, in terms of like what I'm gonna do, whether I'm gonna play it in my own time or whether I'm gonna try and load a previous save and see if I can make it happen on stream, kind of thing. Yeah. The one about the mask of humanity falling from capital. Yeah, that is a good line.
And then you see it, as it strangles and beats your friends to death. The sweetest, most courageous people in the world. You see the fear and power in its eyes. Then you know.
What?
That the bourgeois are not human.
I've always suspected the same.
Now is not the time, Lieutenant Yefreto.
I had to. I had to fight it. I could not stop anymore.
The old man falls silent. His black eyes keep piercing your skin as he looks to some great distance behind you, shaking his head slowly, retreating from it. What is this place, this island?
It's not an island, what? It's a defensive fortification of the commune of Revachol. And I am its last surviving defender.
What was it used for?
The congenitally deformed King Philip II built it to restrict access to the Bay of Revachol. We captured it in '02, retrofitted the fort with an AA gun to defend against an airborne landing. Against the whole world.
You mean the landing? Retaking of Revachol?
Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. I later found out on the radio they called it Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone.
The line about the mask of humanity falling from capital is really good, but it's also quite interesting because it's, I don't know, I guess this kind of speaks to what I was talking about earlier at the tribunal in terms of how, like, when imperialist powers kind of commit atrocities abroad, and commit violence unto people in the global south, we can and should expect them to turn that back around on us. And I think that, like, in order to maintain power in the imperial core, most of the time what we experience is that the powers that be under capitalism are trying to, you know, brainwash us into thinking that the system is fine, or the system is good, or we can benefit from the system, or that, you know, there's no way that we can overthrow the system, like the way that things are is inevitable, blah blah blah. And a lot of the time, especially like in recent years, capitalism pretends to care about us. Like, it pretends to care about things like mental health or racism or misogyny or whatever, but it doesn't really care, right? Like, it wants us to think that it cares, and it wants us to think that we can, you know, benefit from it, and that inherently, like, it's a good system that's just, you know, needs a little bit of fine-tuning, a bit of reform, and therefore it, you know, presents what is very beautifully called a mask of humanity, in order to convince us that everything's fine and to stop us from doing anything to change it. But under certain circumstances, that mask will fall. And again, I think we've been seeing that recently. I think it's a way in which one can interpret, like, the Trump presidencies or certain Republican presidencies, because it's the same fucking system. Like, Joe Biden, Obama, whoever, in the American context, is, you know, they're doing the same things. They uphold the same system. They commit the same violence. You know, dropping, like, drone attacks, deportations, imprisonment, like forced labor, etc. It's all the same shit, but it's a lot less. But Democrats are very good at kind of like maintaining this mask of respectability and progressiveness, and usually it's because they toe the line between maintaining some kind of rights and privileges for certain groups so that they don't fight back. But what kind of uber right-wing or uber fascist groups and regimes do is that they go too far, and suddenly people are like, oh, this is bad. But even then, they might not, you know, recognize, if they're liberals, that the system inherently of neoliberalism is what's at fault. Because, you know, there are people out on the streets, like, protesting Trump and his policies and saying, like, if Kamala was president, we'd all be at brunch, or whatever the fuck, you know? So I think that, yeah, it's a very good line. It's a very beautiful metaphor. And it's definitely food for thought. Coalition military. Iblis! As in, that's the... the devil, I guess. So Iblis and Shaitan are not necessarily the same thing, but this is like an Islamic concept, and it's an Arabic word. Iblis.
The black-eyed angel.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. I wasn't expecting that.
Shaitan Ahura, the darkened one.
Shaitan! Stop it. Iblis and Shaitan. What is happening? Wow. I just wasn't expecting that. I mean... yeah. I mean, this seems apt in the circumstances to describe the coalition as the Shaitan. How have you survived all this time?
How does anyone survive? I steal.
What do you steal?
Supplies, vegetables. I collect rainwater. It's the life of a dog, not a human being.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stool.
Oh dear, that's not very good.
The RCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns.
You also have Druamine.
We have Druamine and other opioid-based painkillers. You must be in pain.
I have been running out of that stuff.
A light goes on in his eyes and he smacks his dry lips. This is a serious situation. You need to be looked over, and we can do it.
There's nothing to look over. The triage is in, and it's black. Administer morphine. Morrible.
How have you coped mentally?
I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of...
His eyes roll into his skull and back.
I don't even know what. Inferno?
You notice the lieutenant is about to say something.
I would imagine it gets tremendously difficult, mentally, to live in isolation.
Traitors. It's better alone. I watch the people of this city turn the lights back on more and more each year. Ruins, glimmering in the dark, like a fucking merry-go-round.
Listen, dude. People gotta live their lives. That's not betraying the cause. That's not betraying the cause. And you living on your own isn't helping the cause of communism. People aren't traitors for trying to live life in the circumstances they're in. You can do that and still try to build communism.
It's disgusting.
He looks down at his shoes, his face parched from the sun and the wind. There's a wince of pain in there somewhere.
Are they not heartbroken? How could they have moved on?
I empathize, but 43 years is a long fucking time. How have you concealed yourself all these years?
It was hard in the Thames. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds. Floodlights on the water at night.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Cold City were turned to dust. But Jamrock, Forburg, even Coron, and Boogie Street, of course. Those fucking kips had Marsov coursing through their veins.
Okay, why are you being racist now?
And others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. Soon they all went silent. The frequency's dead.
How did you get between here and the mainland?
At night, I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd started snitching.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted. I just...
He falls silent, his gaze fixed on the shacks huddled together across the water. Why didn't you just walk there?
I don't want to. They're all traitors. Pigs, rabbits, and dogs. Men without ideals are only animals.
He does not want to see life moving on. People forgetting, drinking, laughing.
Yeah, I can see that. The weapons cache under Sanka's Lane 22B in the basement. Have you been there?
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Elmer Graves, right?
They were.
Useless now. Rusted away.
So you've been there?
Sleeping. Some nights. Ammo scrounging on others. Those McGraves were shit, even before they corroded. Some had bullets in the chamber, however.
There's a small bunker under the Feld building. Have you stayed there?
The propaganda bunker. I used to, but not anymore.
Propaganda bunker?
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment, too. Made broadcasts, I think. Propaganda officers. I buried them with their leaflets. They killed themselves. 2 young boys.
Killed themselves?
A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. No need to go underground anymore. It's better in the ruins, on the ground.
One more question. Do you smoke Tiamaturi cigarettes?
I do.
Ever smoke them on the mainland?
They're good. Plenty of tar. I like that boy on the pack, too. Reminds me of the last century.
Tell me another thing.
The old man looks across the water, at the city, the ruins, the motorways rising above it.
You said this is your termless surrender.
You're with the RCM. The coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol. A so-called Lieutenant W. Freighter.
I know what it looks like, but I have a secret plan to turn the RCM into a Mazovian revolutionary unit.
Rock and roll posturing. You're the RCM. You represent the Moralist International, the enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary, the Parti Communiste Insolente.
Yeah, fair enough.
Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity.
His hand shakes and he breaks into a coughing fit.
A spray of blood from his mouth on the black charcoal in the fire pit. Rene, the royalist on the coast, said,
You never signed the Revacholian Instrument of Surrender.
Liberal reactionaries signed that instrument. Traitors who should have been burned alive. I answer to the Communist Party.
Is that part of why you've been here all this time? Because the party didn't surrender?
He just wipes the blood from his chin.
Understood.
I don't think you did. You live in a delusion. Radio shows, speed racing, and sporting goods. It's not real.
So you're a communist soldier from the communist army?
No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not the army.
But you said you were trained and assigned to the Defense Corps.
Trained in historical materialism, then assigned as a political commissar by the party. These things used to mean something.
What does a political commissar do?
The old man does not answer. He tilts his silver head and looks at the reeds. You see a small tremor pass through his legs.
His job was to assure the army answers to civilian control and follows the ideology of the commune.
Scientific communism. A commissaire politique is a night philosopher of the revolution, a future human.
That means you're a trained communist, right?
He nods slowly. Then another tremor.
I'm also a communist.
No, you're not. You're a liberast.
No, I really am a communist. I have communist thoughts in my head.
All the real communists are dead. They died fighting for communism. Are you dead? No. You're an inert lumpen with a gun.
Detective, we have not come here to discuss ideology. We have come to ask questions regarding a murder investigation.
The old man spits into the fire pit. He does not say anything more. A jitter passes his lower body.
I have another serious question for you.
There's nothing serious in this world. It's a farce.
One more time, what have you used this gun for?
What have I used it for? I've used it for killing people.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? Defending your family and your property. I haven't done that. I've used it to kill people.
Interesting. During or after the war?
There is no after the war. Class war is never over.
True.
So he's continued killing after hostilities ended. Okay. Go in straight. No euphemisms. He doesn't like those. No. Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat it first. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
I know you want to tell me. Have you killed anyone with that gun in the last week or two?
I don't want to tell you anything, you grotesque murderer.
And why did you think that was a good idea? Don't listen to me. I'm wrong all the time.
Did you use that gun to shoot and kill a colonel of the security contractor Crenell?
The who now?
The fascist death squad who took a bullet in the mouth on the night of March 4th.
Oh yes, that one. Ugly piece of work, that boy.
Did you kill him?
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the Commune of Revachol. I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime.
Exhaust him with proof. Pile it all on him. Get a confession. The scent of blood in the air. But what else? There was something you can't remember.
We've done the ballistics. The shot came from this island.
I saw you poking around there, looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it comes to dead fascies. Did you like the view?
You had direct visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete, specifically meant for a top follower to use. And you had a long-range rifle in your possession. You have been here a long time, Mr. Droz. Too long. You need medical aid.
I'm ready to die. I've done my part.
He's practically admitting to it. Dead fascists for fascists. Done his part.
It's the best uninterrupted line of sight into that window in all of Martinez.
Because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid fuck. Radio Gosh is right. You have worms in your brain.
Come on, what am I forgetting? Hit yourself on the side of the head.
Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybell.
Yes.
The dried Maybells on Claws.
I was thinking that when we saw the flowers, and also it's a revolutionary symbol. Oh yes.
There were Maybells in the grass when you got here. They're revolutionary symbols from the war. Wait, don't forget the footprints. The diagonal prints in the dust in the secret space behind Classia's bedroom. Now, they're gonna come up.
Of course. Thank you, Head. Thank you.
You got it. Remember? The boot prints were like no modern soul. Nothing else comes up. You see the lieutenant watch you, try to stimulate thought processes by hitting yourself. I'm sorry, this didn't do anything. Usually hurting yourself does.
Officer, a word?
Excuse me for a moment, Mr. Dross.
I think we may have this.
The lieutenant whispers, then gives the suspect a short glance. Do you think he did it?
From nothing to this in a day. This is good, Lieutenant Gefreiter. We just need a confession first, and then maybe a solid motive later.
How do you think the questioning is going?
Good. We are doing very good. He wants to confess, I can see that. We just need to pile it on a little more. The more we have on him, the closer he is.
You hear that? He thinks you're this close.
What am I missing? What haven't I done?
Well, I can think of one thing. The gun. We should pick it up and discuss it in front of him. Make a show of it.
I'm trying to get him to confess.
Yes, good going. That should be our first priority.
Okay, let's do this.
Remember, he wants to tell us, but he doesn't want to help us. It needs to look like we already have everything.
There is palpable excitement in his tone. He likes him for this. A lot. But there's something more, too. He thinks the deserter has more than just this case in him. 44 years here.
I mean, slay if he's just been... If he's been here, like, killing fascists from a sniper nest for the last 43 years, then I may have to reevaluate some of my previous comments, because that is kind of iconic. I still don't think he should resent people for being happy, but it is a valid argument to say that people shouldn't forget the revolution and they shouldn't give up the fight. But I don't think that all expressions of joy and happiness and living life as a normal human being is bad. You think he has more than this case?
Oh yes. And he hasn't spoken to anybody in a long time. If we get him open, who knows what will pour out.
Pat him on the back. Me and Kim, we just keep homoerotically patting each other on the back. I see how it is.
Minions of capital. What do you want?
Pick up the gun lying on the sand.
His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand. Frame stocked and patched in places with tape and wire.
Inspect it closer.
The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangong, 4.46mm, made in Sinyao.
It's as he said, it's a Triangong made in Sinyao.
Worn. Personalized even. Looks like this weapon has seen a lot of use, hasn't it, sir?
No response from the old man. The plastic cape around his shoulders rustles in a small bout of wind.
This uses jacketed ammunition, 446.
Jacketed. Military-grade ammunition. Stable in flight. Good for hitting something that's very, very far away.
As he speaks, he stresses every word. He's liking this.
Stow the gun.
The old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. His right arm twitches suddenly. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It can be used against him later.
Assess his body language.
For a 60-year-old man with stomach trouble, who spent his entire life alone on an uninhabited island, he seems surprisingly fit.
That's it?
He's prone to erratic hand gestures and clearly malnourished. But that's it. You can see no more by looking at his slouched frame. The moment passes, and you say,
One more time, Mr. Dross. The Colonel, we need to talk about you killing him.
Pretty bourgeois law. This is all you care about, right? The only thing in the world for you types.
a drop of blood in the saliva. That's right. Pile it all on him now. 3 should do it. Maybe 4.
There were May bells behind the victim's window.
Damn Maybells. The whole island is turning white with them.
He seems tender suddenly, nostalgic even. A strange mood swing.
So many this year, too. The spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash the filth away.
I haven't seen these flowers anywhere else in Martinez, only here.
They blossom on the islets before. We fertilize them with our blood. Resurrection was snow white in May, before they ruined it.
South, the Bay of Martinez is dotted with little freckles of islets, turning green, with white flowers in white snow.
The coast, too, before they piled their containers on top of it, filled with broken, useless trash for fat-fingered bourgeois children to play with.
You must get around a lot to stay undetected all these years. Do you know any secret paths? Pinball workshops?
I may.
A young woman called Clausia. Ring any bells? These dried flowers were behind her window.
Clausia.
You know her, right? She had intimate relations with the victim, the mercenary.
With the victim.
He turns his sight from the whitening field of flowers and falls silent. Then the muscles in his jaw twitch, a spasm.
There is a small tremble, looks like a smile, a crooked smile, yet isn't quite voluntary. He's about to burst.
I wonder what brand of boots you're wearing.
Everything is brands with you individualists. Who cares what brand my shoes are? Sansa. Some shit.
Show me the soles, please, Mr. Torres.
Fucking imbecile.
The old man stretches out his leg. A black and white spiral pattern covers the sole of the worn-out old running shoes on his feet.
The maker is called Sensory. You see their V-shaped logo, but can't make out the size. These are not the unusual horizontal patterned soles you saw in the dust on the floor of the hidden room. They do, however, seem to be about the same size.
The size fits, but not the sole.
Wait, maybe it's simpler than that.
Sire, he doesn't have to be wearing them right now.
People change shoes. It doesn't mean you weren't there, near the room the victim died in, sneaking around.
Racking those brains, are you? Desperate to report something back to your masters? They must have really loved that dead fuck.
The lieutenant gives you a quick sideways glance and nods to acknowledge. The prints were his. You can see it in those eyes. He can't keep them from flickering, looking for something. The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around the fire. Silent suddenly, some strange process within him. A gush of wind. Seagulls in the distance. You've almost got him. Just the last little push.
I don't need your cooperation. I've got this. Show him the Triangong 446.
Not a lot of guns around that use military-grade ammunition, are there?
It's a real gun. Not like your little musketeer pistol. I've seen you prance around with that. Jumping hoops for the liberals. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons, eh? Going against automatic rifles with a flame bomb. Of course you got all those boys killed.
Damn, he saw you. He's watched it happen. So he saw you. Okay. So what? Don't let it divert you.
Stop changing the subject. We have the murder weapon.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it?
Dramatically ask, you think we have the murder weapon?
4.46 jacketed ammunition, modified for range. We have it. This is it.
I'm calling it. We have the murder weapon.
Good.
The lieutenant takes out his notebook and draws a single line.
This feels good, doesn't it? Tying things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer.
Murder.
The old man does not say more. He just glances into the reeds, then twitches once more. Yeah, he clearly doesn't agree with the use of the word victim or the use of the word murder. And he's real for that.
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer. Dripping with blood.
I mean, I don't... So the thing about saying that he was a rapist is that he didn't rape Clausia. But I'm pretty sure he did rape other people when he was doing imperialist wars. You know? We can't be 100% certain of that, but I have a pretty good idea that it's true. But also, this is the only option where I can say I'm not saying he didn't deserve it, and regardless of whether or not we can be 100% certain that he was a rapist, this is the option I'm leaning towards because I don't really... I completely understand why you killed him, and I think it was justified. So... yeah.
Beating us to the ground. Moaning with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I haven't seen you on this coast for 40 years. You know, maybe I should have killed one sooner.
Well, there's the confession, I guess. But yeah, he's also right to point out, the police has... we've discussed a lot before in these streams, exist to protect capital, and they exist to kind of uphold liberalism. And, there are so many deaths that they perpetuate, and there are so many deaths that they don't care about and don't investigate, you know what I mean? So he's absolutely right to point out that, they only care and they only investigate it when it's, one of their own.
Got your attention. Now you stop eating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Not when they die by the hundreds.
Yeah, he was a war criminal. Yeah, you're right. You're totally right. No, just it's chill, it's fine. I totally agree with him.
This is it. Shot him. Shot him. Say shot him, not killed him.
So you shot him?
Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary less in Revachol.
Yeah, I'm with you, dude. You can almost see him squeeze a tear out of his eye. His fists begin to tremble from the anger.
The lieutenant raises his right arm to hush you. Hush. He does not need to be pushed anymore. The ball is rolling, while the lieutenant listens, holding his breath.
Hold your breath.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whole.
Okay.
I was breathing with them, in phase, and I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth.
He begins to smile.
I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death, and that stupid look on his face. And his dick still in her.
Then what?
Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white, or what's left of it anyway. My last spring here. I knew the fascists would come to avenge their own. And so they did.
Mr. Dross, are you aware you're confessing to murder?
The lieutenant asks after a second of silence.
Yes.
And you were looking at them, the victim and a young woman, having sex, through the scope of your rifle that night, before you shot him?
Did you learn about the victim's childhood? No, I don't think I did.
The old man nods.
Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
The motive. This is where the motive is going to come from.
I don't understand. Do you, detective? I don't understand this part.
Why were you looking at them that night?
I'm always looking.
He cocks his head to the side, then turns his eyes to the city. Another tremor passes his right side, lower in intensity.
Are you always looking through the scope of a rifle? I'm just trying to understand.
I did talk to the scab leader about him, but I don't think I was able to ask about his childhood. I mean, talking to the scab leader gave me a pretty good sense of him, like, massacring and probably also raping people. Clausia was obviously a lot more, oh, it's fine, you know, that he killed people, blah, 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 but was very adamant about him not being a rapist. And it's like, you know, even if he didn't rape her, but that's white woman behavior, isn't it?
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
And if you don't like it?
Click.
You pull the trigger.
Yes. Think of it as a form of critique.
He will not stop now. These dialectical materialist types never do. Exploit it. You got him going. Connect every little piece now. Wrap this up like a gift.
What specifically did you not like about what you saw the night of the murder?
Them. Fucking. I didn't like that.
So you were jealous?
Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself. Drugged out. Soothed in the arms of a young woman. I wanted him to die so he could not enjoy life anymore.
I totally get it, King. I think you're right for that.
And I wanted to see his head explode. That too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer between her thighs.
Yeah.
I knew he'd be there for one more second. Writhing. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth. I wanted his brains to spill out on her. But you can't have everything.
How long had you been watching her?
Since she came to Martinez. I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building. It was dark, still winter. She didn't have her skimpy outfit on then, just a spot in the night, moving.
Past the Fell building on the coast? What was she doing there?
Hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. I was up in the ruins there. She couldn't see me, but I could see her, smoking. She was nervous, but not scared.
And beautiful.
What do you think she hid there?
Her passport and ticket to Villiers. And from there to Cachet Brut.
In the free state of Seminine, hidden away at the edge of the earth, near the Pale.
Some kind of hidden container on the coast? You looked into it?
Yes, after she'd gone. It was a submersible. Well made, actually.
Sloppy. We should have gotten her to tell us about this. Did you take the documents?
No, I put them back. Why would I take them? I'm not going to phone. No, I mean...
Moving on, did you continue watching her after this?
I did. She had a face like an archipelago, with those birthmarks, and a body hard and lean and bruised all over, black and yellow. I could see she's taken a beating. I could see who she was, too. A spook. On the run. Revishal's the cloaca of capital now. All the bagmen and arms dealers end up here to do drugs and have sex like animals.
You could tell she was a spook from the documents?
She had different color hair on the photo, and glasses. Forged. Some sordid bourgeois affair. I've heard about this kind of thing on the radio.
How did you see all this? The bruises that she was beaten?
I'm not blind, am I?
How does he know these minute details about her body? Footprints in the dust could have changed shoes, found the peephole.
It quickly comes to you.
The bruises on her body, any chance you've seen them through a hole in the wall?
Oh, yes. Cutting those drugs of hers into little lines with a knife. Masturbating.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I don't support the creeping on a woman part of this.
Everything in him fills with impossible longing, all at once.
Did you make that hole?
With a clip point knife.
Ever see her through a window on a roof?
Like that, too? Yes. Bending like a bow against the glass.
You've been through the secret route behind the whirling and rags. Those were your footprints there. You just changed your shoes.
I've been through all of Martinez. Every nook and cranny.
And that too. Okay, well, maybe he's... I'd like to know what his body count is in terms of how many Fash he's killed. Because if he's sneaking around murdering Fash, then maybe he hasn't completely been wasting 43 years of his life.
Yes, that too. The things they did in that little room. What she'd do to feel good. Funny the way light works. You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out, you can't see a man looking in. I learned that in the 20s, when they were still hunting me. I've seen people do some shit, but...
Although, again, to reiterate, don't support the creeping.
Those two took the cake. You hear the familiar scribble of the lieutenant's pen. A quick glance at you. One more loose end down. We're doing this, detective.
How did you get in there? The hidden pinball workshop.
I can just walk in there now after a good wash. I told you, they think I'm an antisocial. Closing hour is a good time. The kitchen's empty.
You had to open the steel door in the kitchen? How?
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know, 15 years ago. He left spare keys all over, and I took one. Then I saw her turn the light on one night in my scope.
Did you have feelings for that woman?
There's nothing to hold on to. Only this. It's not enough.
The coals of his eyes glisten suddenly, like stones dripping with water. Is he crying?
Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your eye on something there. It's weakness.
I don't think it's weakness to care about things other than the revolution. As I mentioned, I know that you think that people like enjoying life is a weakness, but if communism is about fighting to free humanity, then surely people experiencing some modicum of joy is something that you support, right? Obviously it's like context dependent, you know what I mean? I do think that like people having joy at the expense of others is not good, but simply experiencing some amount of joy or pleasure is not in and of itself bad or traitorous. Was that why you left the dried flowers behind her window?
No.
He starts to shake his head again, a sunflower on a withered stalk. Why then?
I don't really know. I was there one night and she was crying. like a child, in the corner of her room on the floor, like she does sometimes.
When was this?
The day after I killed him.
And you brought her Maybells.
Yes. I don't know why I do the things I do anymore.
You wanted to console her.
Maybe. I told you, I have holes in my brain now. I wouldn't just sit here waiting for you. If you came 10 years ago, I would have killed you.
In the silence, the lieutenant draws a line in his notes, then nods at you once more.
How about that, Kim? The Maybells are related to the case.
One more down.
So in conclusion, it wasn't about him, it was about her. Well, I think it was about both.
Her.
He repeats, staring at the ashes, then the reeds. There's a twitch in the corner of his eye.
The lieutenant nods at you in acknowledgement. That's it. Motive. We have it.
Well, we had motive. We had political motive as well.
Where is she, that Classier? I haven't seen her there for days.
She got away, but she led us here first. She figured out someone was watching her from the sea fort.
Gone. I knew it. She kept staring into the scope this last week at the island, like she knew. She'd look at night, crying or smoking on the roof, staring right into me. It doesn't matter.
Midtown, across the Bay of Revachol, the oceanic wind washes 40-story towers. Above them, Lucerne Central Aerodrome, a cocoon suspended in the sky by a web of suspension wiring, encircled by hybrid aircraft.
Look north.
On the platform, a young woman is withdrawing from amphetamines, barbiturates, and alcohol. Yet still, she smiles among the crowd, among the great ghosts of the city she's leaving, for another, far south, smaller, distant, hidden, not like the great chandelier she sees sparkle in the night below her. Streetlights, towers, tenements, and water, and across it, a dark strip of ruins, barely visible, if she didn't squint her eyes. He knew she knows. She was looking at the island, figuring it out, day by day, cigarette by cigarette.
We could get more. We've got him talking.
Who knows what he's seen and done over the years? Enough. Take him in. Bend his arms behind his back and end this.
Been looking at anything else you haven't liked?
A tragic comedy. Druggies, prostitutes, and rentiers.
A strange little engine seems to fire up in him again. It straightens his back. The familiar put, put, put of hatred.
More specifically?
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Stripped clean and draped in neon. But Martinez is the worst.
How come?
Because of the racists. Everyone is a racist in Martinez. It's their favorite thing to do in the whole world. Listening to race-themed radio shows. In the ruins, in their lorries.
Didn't you use a racial slur earlier?
Pump full of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Race this, race that. It's all sanctioned by that Social Democratic Union and the farce of a Social Democrat who runs it.
Yeah, call him the fuck out, though. Mr. Clare?
Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe III, a syphilitic murderer, on the town square, to spit on the working class.
Okay, Lesbian Pain says it's possible it wasn't a slur back in the days, but I don't know. I think that's a generous interpretation. I feel like most words that are slurs have been slurs for a long time, and for some communities they like reclaim the words, but I don't know. it's hard to imagine in the case of like a racial slur. Like, you can take words like queer that used to just mean like strange or weird and then became a slur for LGBTQ plus people and then became kind of reclaimed. And that's an example of that, but it's hard for me to think of an example of that with racial slurs, because I kind of think, like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe, but feels at the moment it's feeling like too much of the benefit of the doubt for me. Let him finish, do not interrupt.
Not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced a more inert social class than the Martinez proletariat. The rest of Revachol at least pretends to rebuild. These people still live in ruins. Intense, like animals. Like those boom-boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't drown in that tent of theirs.
He keeps shaking his head with sorrow for the sight he missed. Nod.
The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht, licking her lips. The old whore's gone now. Her gun-toting porcelain men are dead. So, actually, no.
He's also using like quite misogynistic words as well. So there is definitely something. And you know, even if I agree with his actions, he clearly still has flaws.
The worst is that old...
Well, some of his actions,
parading around
not
in
the
his
creeping
uniform,
actions.
throwing balls all day. It's not enough that the racists and liberals are dancing on our graves. The old loyalist ghouls still parade the ruins too.
Sorry for speaking over that. Yeah, sorry. I agree with the murder actions. I don't agree with the creeping actions.
Every morning he's there, while the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon, or Koyamoran, or some other island they built their palaces on, feeding on drugs and having sex with their own children. That's all the rich really want. Sex with their own children. Throughout history, even the royal bloodline of the suzerain, it's all just an excuse for them to have sordid sex. At least that old cunt Frisell is now dead. We did good when we pushed him under that horse car. If only, in the 30s, those disco whores...
What follows is ominous mumbling. You can't make out a single word.
The disco whores are too much. Hatred shuts down his brain's language center, leaving only a nonsensical sputter. There was something about the statue and nihilistic advertising agency people. Might be worth investigating.
Well, this is an interesting one. You mentioned the Union is social democratic and Mr. Clare is a farce of a social democrat. I mean, yeah, social democrats in general, I think, are kind of... I think that the people who align themselves as being social democrats as opposed to anarchists or communists or socialists are often not to be trusted, in my opinion.
Another hideous disappointment. Unions are the real enemy. The true enemy of the proletariat. Placating the masses.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Disappointment. So personal. He displays a familiarity with the Union's top brass.
Who's a disappointment? Everard Clare?
That deformed toad? I wouldn't expect him to wipe his own ass. I mean, the brains of the operation. The smart one.
I mean, for good measure, it's worth mentioning there's also a lot of ableist language happening here. He keeps calling people, like, deformed and imbecile and stuff like that. So, there's a pattern. of speech. Doesn't Everett run the union?
That mobster toad couldn't run a shithouse. He has no political education. His twin, Edgar Clare, that one's been to one of those East Revachol universities. He talks a big game about uprising and alienation and so on.
You've talked to Edgar?
First against the wall with him.
He stopped poking at the ash now, just shakes his head.
The Clares wouldn't miss a man hidden in their own backyard. Not all this time. Nothing happens in Martinez without them knowing.
Of course. Maybe the Clears asked him to.
Have you approached them?
I haven't approached anyone. I hid. It was Edgar who came to me.
How did he know you were here?
He didn't just stumble in like an oaf. He figured it out. Some kids told him about a monster on the island. I told you, he has brains.
He points to the path leading to the tower.
Stepped right off the boat and walked down where you came. I even kept the door open for him. Thought he was a man of the left. Wouldn't rat me out. I was right about one of those things.
When was this?
20 years ago. Neither of them could walk now, could they? They were less fat then.
Alright.
That's around the time the Clears came to power.
What did you talk about?
Edgar did the talking. Paid his respects like I were a fossil in a uniform. Offered platitudes about the struggle. Flaunted his pink degree. Even quoted Marzov. Never trust a social democrat who quotes Marzov. Oh, and charity too. They love their charity. Offered me blankets and social housing. I still have the gas cooker he brought.
Well, obviously he's like a manipulative prick, but I don't think there's anything wrong with social housing and blankets when you need them. And he let you be here?
Let me be here. The ZOC is an unlawful successor of the Commune of Revachol. We took this fortification from the Loyalists. Even the Clares understand this.
They let him be here. Understanding was a courtesy. But why such a courtesy?
Mr. Dross, did you kill the Krenel mercenary for the Clares to incite a riot?
You know why I killed that fucker, Dwat. As to Edgar, I'm not doing anything for that swine again.
Again? What have you done for Edgar before?
Tried teaching him some Marzovian socioeconomics. They didn't stick. We parted ways.
Okay, he didn't do the hang the man for them. But he's insinuating something.
There was something about the statue on the roundabout and syphilis.
Syphilis is a disease Philip III contracted in a whorehouse. The statue is an abomination.
Abomination?
The bacteria entered his brain and made him squander trillions on sparkling wine, cocainum, and monuments of himself. His son, Philip IV, the insane, contracted syphilis in the womb.
He breathes in with a wheeze of hatred.
That is technically possible, although Philippe III was not actually syphilitic. He was just mad.
And he still went on to govern Revachol for 25 years. We lost 2 million lives toppling that mode of government. And those grotesque statues too. Hundreds of them.
But it's still there.
What a keen remark. Yes, it is, isn't it? It's still there. Do you know why?
Because cynical advertising yuppies erected a deconstructed version of it.
That's right. Some advertising cockroaches erected a cynical deconstruction of it. We tore it down with honest working-class plastic explosives. And there it is again. Art is a bourgeois establishment. It's an affront to humanity. Every gallery should be bulldozed, and the artists should all be given 30 years of hard labor in Yekokata.
Okay, I'm also not on board with that one. By the cock parading in his colourful uniform, you mean Renee?
Every fucking morning for 34 years. Throwing that ball. One ball against the other. I've always loathed that game. That is not a working class game. I don't care what they say on Radio June.
I guess you're a liberal? Why am I a liberal? Because I think that art... because I think that art is, not inherently counter-revolutionary. I mean, if this guy wants to call me a liberal for that, then fine, I guess. But I know in my heart that I'm not a liberal.
Royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. Click, clack across the water each day. And that uniform, like a parrot plumage. I won't even mention that he's a traitor to his race. A patank maniac race traitor.
Damn, sound the race traitor klaxon. Don't think I've even heard anyone say that phrase in a game.
I remember him. I remember him from La Noce. Not him personally, his make and model. There were tens of thousands of them. I thought we took them all out before the liberals came to their rescue. We missed one, that one.
With a shaky finger he points to the city towards the crater near the plaza where a lonely pine tree stands.
Fat and plump, like a pheasant, just begging to be popped off. Please, Mr. Dross, shoot me.
You'd like to kill him?
Not yet. I like to look at him strut around, place the crosshair on his medals, right on his face, and just fiddle the trigger. Think about it. Let the bomb melt in my mouth.
Save the treat for later?
The lieutenant asks cheerfully.
He is a juicy bonbon, that one. A real treat for the black day. The blackest. When I put that gun in my own mouth, I think, no, don't waste it. Put this lead in that cock, Renee. For the boys he killed. And then I look at him throw those balls, and I suddenly feel better. I even hid one bullet, so I'd always have one for him. Haven't seen him around lately, strutting around. Must be down with arthritis. I hope it hurts like hell. I hope he sweats.
Yeah, I've got bad news for you, buddy. You're not going to be the one to kill him. Renee is dead. He died of old age a couple of days ago.
No.
Yes.
I waited too long. I waited too long, and now he's dead?
I'm sorry, Mr. Dross. I understand you knew him for a long time.
They're all dead now. Fuck it.
If he really wanted to kill him so bad, he would have done. There must have been 1,000 black days on these islands. His health ailing.
You had 1,000 chances to kill him.
And I blew them all. What does it matter now? He's gone. Ancient dust.
He reminded him of himself. The same hatred. The same. You tried to think of something else. But no. It's just hatred.
You cared about him?
All human beings care about each other. I cared for seeing his head explode. Now, God damn this one.
I'm sorry.
Fuck you.
The old communard says, staring at the ground, seemingly to the island you're on. Are you okay, Mr. Dross, to go on?
You think I haven't seen people die? It's all I've seen them do. Fuck and die. All the other plans we had. To love. To colonize the Pale. It's all fucked.
He's not okay. This is just another black day in a row of black days. Something strange is keeping him together, making him endure.
Disco whores?
I don't even care about those whores anymore. Get it over with. Take me in.
What was the deal between him and Edgar? Logic check.
Oh no.
Shit.
The connection doesn't come to you on such a pivotal moment.
Shit.
Dumbo, do something. You can't zone out now. This isn't Doodaloo dance time. Slap yourself in the head again. Jumpstart it.
Wait, it was about him meeting Edgar and a deal.
By God, we are on the edge, in the very end, and you can't even remember what you're trying to connect, can you? While the murder suspect stares at you with contempt.
Kim, what do you think about this,
About this deal you made
The lieutenant immediately understands what is happening and turns to the suspect.
with Edgar. The death of the colonel mercenary was only coincidentally beneficial to the Clares. But what about the other people you've killed for them?
Other people?
Like the previous 4 women of the Union.
That's it. That's what you were
Phew.
connecting yourself.
I didn't fight 40 years to end up an informant for the international regime. What happened?
Thanks, Kim. Lifesaver.
Still dumb. Your eyes are transfixed on his digit. It's yellow with nicotine. You are the law. He must divulge the information.
Kim, we're not solving this part. What do we do?
Look who's there. From the drunken stupor. This one's worse for wear than me. Emotionally frayed. Life is hard for us human beings in deregulation hell, isn't it?
We will have plenty of time to talk about this later, Mr. Dross. When you're in pre-detention. It can take years in pre-detention.
Go ahead. I've been in solitary confinement my whole life.
Ease off it. This was not an unmitigated disaster. The lieutenant mitigated it. Just proceed, calmly.
Glad we talked about what?
Okay, I guess I have no choice but to arrest him. Yosef Lilanovich Dross, you're under arrest for the murder of the Cornell Colonel here in Martinez.
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
The old man's eyes fill with sudden unexpected terror at the words.
The sum of all the erratic movements, fidgeting, and mood swings he's been exhibiting. The wind picks up. The silence on the water is broken all around you. Little shivers of waves appear. The lieutenant continues, like an incantation.
Your wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week and must face court in 44 days. Do you understand? Do you understand?
But...
Kim, he's afraid.
No, I don't want to. I have to stay here.
He looks at the reeds, eyes submerged in growing terror.
He's sweating. Beads are forming on his forehead. Pupils are dilated too. Eyes getting blacker and blacker.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat.
Perception check? Not looking good though.
You thought you heard something, but it's just the reeds.
Maybe we could all fit in there.
Does it have room for 3?
Not really. We could escort him to the pier, then either one of us can take him inland while the other stays here.
But then, who watches him while you're coming back here?
Who watches him there while I come back for you?
You come back for me? How about I go and send a boat back for you?
What is this farce? This is a fucking farce. I can't.
Lillian. You could ask her, maybe.
Maybe I can just ask that net picker to watch him?
This is no harmless old man.
This fucking world. This world. What is this?
Below the confusion and rage, a fit of jamais vu, like yours, the thought passes, more pressing matters take its place.
No, listen. Listen now.
we could all fit in the little boat?
Actually, no.
I could come back for you once I've taken him to the precinct.
Okay, how about I take him to the precinct and you wait on the island?
I'll do this. Let's not get into this.
This world? What are you talking about? Is this us?
Your skin is crawling suddenly.
Oh shit. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck is that? That's not the Insulindian phasmid, is
A
it?
delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly silence.
I think that's the Insulindian fucking phasmid. Blink.
It's still there, an unfolding mechanism of reed-like chitin, hovering. in
Oh, it
place.
literally says Insulindian phasmid. Fuck! What is that?
What are you talking about?
The old man looks at the reeds, then you. The giant stick insect.
There's nothing there.
He looks confused.
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small head. You feel your legs shaking under you and your gun hand rise instinctively.
There is, I see it.
Tell me what you see, damn it. I can't make out one small thing in the reed.
Kim, can you see it?
I can see it.
4 simple words, thank God. If you can see, then you're not insane. What that means, it's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute silence. Its limbs long and slender.
Be very, very careful.
Sorry, 1 second, guys. I had to close the window so that my cat doesn't try and go outside. No outside time for you, Layla. You're not an outside cat. You're an inside cat. Okay, sorry. Okay, I wasn't fucking expecting that. Lesbian Pain says the player finally gets the killer and gets a confession. The game gets stick bugged. LOL. Yeah, kind of crazy for this to come at this moment, but also feels very Disco Elysium. Don't forget to save. Ah, good idea. Thanks for the reminder, Nudge Snake.
The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from its head like a woman's hair, white and curled at the tips. It is no more than 5 steps away from you. Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning after the tape breaks.
Whisper, this is the Insulindian phasmid.
It is.
The lieutenant whispers behind you. You hear the familiar ring of his jacket unzipping slowly, painstakingly so.
You glance over your shoulder. The lieutenant holds a piece of milled aluminium. He begins to pull it open, extremely carefully. It's the camera.
Are you sure you won't scare it off?
We need a photo. No one will believe us.
He continues to pull the lens open.
From the corner of your eye, you see a sudden cascade of motion ripple through the phasmid's limbs. A series of ultrasonic clicks fills your ear.
Stop, let me approach it first.
I won't be one of those fools who didn't take a picture.
He has stopped fiddling with the camera but does not put it down.
He's letting his pride get in the way. You see the phasmid turn to him. Its mandible antennae reaching out. Its motions are quick, sudden.
I have the pheromone, I can approach it.
I don't think the pheromone will do anything.
His whisper turns to a skeptical hiss, but he has stopped now.
The spindly mechanism turns itself back to you, its antennae taking their measure of the air, slowly.
Say something to it quietly, something like, "Don't be afraid."
Nothing changes in the cyclical braying motion of the creature's limbs. They are porcelain white on the inside and reed-colored on the out, beige, light brown, and striped. You are unsure if it is scared or not. Its insect mind is impenetrable to your reasoning.
Electrochemistry check. +3 for Lena's childhood experience. +1 for your corpse will be marked by the stars. -1 for shaving after the pheromones.
Slowly, with your breath held, you take 2 small steps toward the phasmid. The creature lets out a series of ultrasonic clicks that swarm around your head like swallows. Like laughter, a sort of happiness. The tracheal system on the creature's abdomen expands in front of you to take in and expel air. It's smelling you. Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the creature is crowned by reeds, and its eyes are like small droplets of water.
It's smelling me. So cute.
Maybe it is real, the pheromone.
The lieutenant's mouth is agape.
About now, he is ready to believe in anything.
That's what you get, Kim, for being a skeptic.
The insect's head is crowned with reed-like scales, the shape of seed heads. They rustle as the air moves. The ventricles at its abdomen continue expanding, like lunglets. Breathing you in, your sour, greasy semiochemicals on the breeze.
Raise your hand slowly.
The insect stops its stridulation, seeming to observe you. Below its crown of reeds, little pinprick eyes detect motion, glittering. The world stands still around you. Suddenly, there is silence.
Raise the other hand, too.
As you do, the invertebrate comes to life, its limbs moving independent of each other, as if each has a mind of its own. They are white, like stalks of porcelain, knitting above you,
Hi!
praying to you.
Put your hands down instead. Don't pray to me.
Sets of complex eyes follow you, droplets of dew on either side of the head.
Hello, I'm Harry. I don't really know who I am.
No reply. A total ancient silence comes from its mouth, along with what appears to be some kind of foam. The stridulations of its limbs continue all around you.
Stand on your tiptoes and look more closely.
You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth parts of the creature, on its segmented lower lip. It looks to be foaming, slowly. The foam is white, then yellowish.
Kim, it's foaming.
Careful, it may be poisonous.
The lieutenant watches you apprehensively.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like burnt caramel, as the insect moves its mouth parts, masticating. The little bubbles begin to burst, one by one.
Inland Empire check. Did not give up on the phasmid. Knows of parthenogenesis. Spoke to the hanged man. Tell me, what are you doing?
I exist.
Oh, hi, little cutie pie. I exist too.
Tell me what it's like for you.
Fire burning.
Fire? Where?
Inside.
I do not have fire inside me. In me, there is not even blood, but lymph, like sap from a one palm. Now, I will tell you what it's like for me. For me, it is a series of half-lit images, a kind of darkness, being intruded upon, transient, dim, moist,
Intruded upon by what?
shapes of plants and animals, and internal sensations, a swarm of sounds, tiny vibrations on the inside of my forearms, all speak of complexities totally beyond my understanding. I am at the end of a narrow funnel, weightless, so light, it only feels like something to be me. In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul, and if I did, it would never burn.
I'm glad to be me, an incredibly sensitive instrument.
Few of us can begin to imagine the horror of you, with all of creation reflected in your forebrain. It must be like the highest of hells, a kaleidoscope of fire and writhing glass. Eternal damnation, even when you're sleeping. And when you wake, you carry it around on your neck, with eyes open that cannot help but swallow more behind the mirror. I feel great, mute empathy for you.
It was very disorienting at first, but I'm keeping my shit together.
That must be incredibly hard. The Arthropods are in silent and meaningless awe of you. Know that we're watching. When you're tired, when a vision spins out of control, the insects will be looking on,
Aw,
rooting for you.
that's very kind.
And when you fall, we will come to raise you up. Bud from you, banner-like, blossom from you and carry you apart in a sky funeral, in honor of your passing. But not me, because I'm just a leaf eater.
Detective. Arriving. On the scene.
I am a detective.
So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect?
I was born to detect you.
Yes. No one detected me for such a long, long time. For thousands of years. I dithered, out of sight. Trapped myself in greenery.
This is my masterpiece.
No one believed I exist. Almost no one. Until you came, detective. Dripping of blood that smells like strawberries. Across the calm sea. The first in 1,000 years.
Is this a dream? What's happening?
No, you're awake. I am real. Light is forming me. This is real.
Where does this come from? All this, the world around us.
Not even the birds know that. Not even the water lily.
We need to know. Perhaps it's sent to us by a god.
I think we should eat it. If it's a leaf, you can put it in your mouth. Or read. Yum yum.
Yum yum! Oh, she's so cute. What exactly are you?
I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmadia, endemic to the Insulandian Insula. For the last 350 years, I have hidden in plain sight, masquerading as the reeds, molding, cloning myself, unfolding at night to play with trash bins and boys. I went unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain, also by the soldiers of the revolution and the officials of the occupation. Even the Seminese islanders who came here first, but did not stay, have not seen me. I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions, until I was accidentally discovered by a detective of the citizen militia in Rebelshaw, district of Martinez, March 51.
That's insane.
No, you are. The moral of our encounter is, I am a relatively medium life form, while it is you who are a total extreme madness. A volatile simian nerve system ominously new to the planet. The Pale too came with you. No one remembers it before you. The Nidarians do not. The radially symmetrics do not. There is an almost unanimous agreement between the birds and the plants that you are going to destroy us all.
What is the Pale?
It is a nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. A great, unnatural territory. Its advent coincides with the arrival of the human mind.
I don't have that kind of power.
You're a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning in it are afraid of you. Give me enough time, you will wipe us all out and replace us with nothing. Just by accident.
Well, if you're talking about human beings as a whole, sure. Me personally, no.
We suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life 2.6 billion years ago, when organisms first started breathing. Only much worse.
Instead of air, you exhale thoughts. There are no trees that eat thoughts.
Worse how?
Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nose mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink. What if he misplaces us all one day? Or just forget?
I have already forgotten the world once, when I drank too much.
So it is already happening. Soon, one of you will close your eyes and open them to see that none of this ever existed.
Kim, am I having a violent epileptic seizure?
It doesn't look like that, no.
What does it look like?
You're just staring at it.
Then I think I'm having a vision about the final fate of mankind.
Okay. Is it somehow related to the case?
Sort of.
I think we should take the picture, and then you should back away from the unstudied species.
I have to say goodbye for now. I have no more thoughts. That was all.
No, there is one more.
Of all the creatures I've met, you are the kindest.
Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you. That woman, turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward. Do it for the working class.
I will.
She was middle class. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
Okay, Kim, take the picture.
Okay.
With a slow ring of metal, the lieutenant slides the lens open and raises it to eye level.
There is no change in the insect's motion while it's being aimed by the camera. It remains fixated on you.
In 3. If it moves, you jump back. I'll shoot. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword. The phasmid freezes in its bright light. Head turned toward the lieutenant, hypnotized by the flash. It stands frozen before you.
I got it.
Slowly reach out and touch the creature's whisker.
The antennae hang from a great height. With your hand shaking, you barely touch the tip of the left whisker. On contact, the chitin curls into a spiral, like the tip of a poison ivy. Its touch on your fingertip feels cold, ticklish. The sensation is electrifying, resounding through your body. It is surprisingly delicate, the curly end of the whisker, like a young vine. It's even a bit wet. Looks like someone's got hurt in a fight. This antennae is much smaller than the other one.
Be careful, detective. It's moving.
Look at your finger.
You were right. It glistens with some kind of moisture. The creature in front of you stays frozen.
Carefully pet its scythe-like forearm.
The limb before you is incredibly light, like eggshell. It's much lighter than a reed. You feel a soft push could tip the creature over. Its hollow exoskeleton collapsing.
Run your hand up the slender limb higher.
A small shudder passes the creature's arm. High above you, its black pearl eyes still glisten, mesmerized by the light passing its nervous system.
Lick your finger? I don't know about licking a strange substance off of my finger, but... YOLO?
It tastes like sugar, very faint. The anthropod towers above you, tufts of reeds pointing from limb and head alike, odorless, mostly comprised of water.
Okay, good. We got it.
Another shudder pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life, like a record continuing where it left off, in a swaying, praying motion. Even the small black pearls of its eyes do not stray from you.
Disengage slowly.
As you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface.
Well, that was lovely. Goodbye, Insulindian phasmid.
And
I love you.
just like that, it's gone, skating away across the sea's calm mirror like a skipping stone, leaving nothing but circles on the water. And something under it, in the place it stood, bobbing there, among the reeds, a collection of items.
It's gone.
The lieutenant looks north with his hand raised to his brow. It can walk on water?
Apparently, yes. Like a water strider. Only... I've never seen anything like that in my life.
What's that in the reeds?
Looks like a nest of some sort. We should have a look.
What now?
What now?
The old man behind you repeats suddenly. He's put his hand into the ash. It's dirty and black.
In some kind of strange, semi-catatonic state.
Our suspect is not looking so good. We need to check on him.
A common 30mm sniper scope attachable to almost any bolt-action 4.46 caliber. It uses an older style non-dotted range-finding reticle. Seaweed is still stuck on the lens and it suffered water damage from its time at the phasmid's dowry. Fairweather T500 helmet. Ah, this is Lely's helmet. This monstrous-looking bug-eyed ceramic helmet was in the phasmid's nest. It still has some reeds sticking out of it, and it smells of seawater, but it's otherwise wearable, if not exactly comfortable. Putting it on feels scary somehow. Oh, that is terrifying. I don't like that. I'm gonna put my communist hat back on. Although, let me just see if something happens when I wear it. No? Okay, yeah. Then let me put my communist hat back on.
What is it? What do you want from me? I can't go.
Something is very wrong with him now.
Sir, how could you not see the phasmid?
See.
He stares at the reeds and falls silent.
Mr. Dros?
The man does not respond. He keeps staring, black eyes glazed over and bulging from their sockets. His gap-toothed mouth shaking with fear and longing, like an addict of some terrible substance.
Touch his shoulder gently.
The plastic cape feels coarse. A light shiver passes the man. Other than that, no reaction. He feels small and frail.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is, this solves our transportation problem, doesn't it, Mr. Dros?
The trembling mouth appears to sigh.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid.
What has happened to this man?
Old age and shock.
I think it's the phasmid.
Yes, the arrest and the appearance of the phasmid, the combined stress. But you think it's something more than that, don't you?
There's much more. Remember what it said when it spoke?
He couldn't see it, Kim. It's just the reeds for him.
That could be part of the shock. But you're right, something is off here. Mr. Dros,
He touches the man's shoulder.
No response.
Maybe this is how the phasmid has stayed hidden all these years.
then how did we see it? Oh, you mean, whatever does this, does it over time? Teenagers, kids, drunks, sightings are brief, and hence not credible. But anyone who spends a long time with it.
Yes, you forget it's there.
Mr. Dros, have you ever seen a stick insect pretending to be the reeds?
The old man stutters.
The doctors will have to look at this. I hope your station has better medical personnel than 57. This is a little advanced for a nurse.
He's been here for a long time. Who knows how much of it in its company.
He did seem distressed when it finally came to arresting him. Like he didn't want to leave this place. And the insect, maybe.
He looks at his notebook.
I have absolutely forgotten to take notes. I hope I remember all of this. This will be one hell of a report. Thank God we have the photo.
We found some things in the phasmid's nest, Mr. Dros.
He stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything in him. Perhaps you should...
Show him the detached scope.
I lost.
You lost it, Mr. Dros?
He turns his eyes to the reeds again, as he's done so many times. Beige and white stripes.
He lost the scope. Then it somehow made its way over there. With the help of a magpie phasmid.
The lieutenant observes the lens sparkle in your hand.
This sight is a T9, Mr. Dros. Was it attached to the rifle when you made the shot?
Silence. Not even a sigh. You've gotten all you will out of this poor being.
Show him the ceramic helmet.
Nothing. Just dull staring. Not even rage left, wherever he is.
If Kuno kicked it into the sea, as he said he did, the ebb would put it back here. This makes sense. Mr. Dros could have picked it up. Or the phasmid even. If it did, this is incredible.
I'm going to let you rest now, Mr. Dros.
The plastic cape flaps around his face in a gust of wind. His back is slouched and his mouth open.
Hang tight.
We should think about getting back to the mainland. To get help. He'll be safe here. If we don't take too long.
Damn, okay, you guys. Well, this has been crazy. feel that we are probably very close to the finale, but I think I'll probably have to wrap up the stream soon.
The skiff is swaying on the waves by the dock.
Let's return to the mainland,
Let's. We are done here.
he says, adjusting his glasses as he looks out over
The
the
skiff
water.
rocks gently under your weight as you get in. The ride back is uneventful and quiet, but for the sound of conversation on the water, there is someone inland waiting for you. 2 men and a woman stand on the concrete square of a nameless village, looking at a small yellow boat as it draws closer. The sea is calm. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Still running around on my injured legs somehow. The return. Use the boat to return to the mainland.
Look what the tide brought him.
It's Jean-Vic Mar, says the man without sunglasses. Suddenly his expression changes and he tilts his head.
Harry, you're bleeding all over the place. You're half dead.
Whatever this is, it is completely unimportant compared to what you've just seen.
Who are you people?
Hello, Trent Heilerstein. I believe we've met on several occasions.
Yes, we have, Trant. What are you doing here?
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean-Vic Mar, and this is your special task force. Or what's left of it.
Right, okay.
Special Consultant Trent Heidelstein, Battle Officer Judith Minot.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you after pavement.
Lieutenant Kim Kisuragi, Precinct 57. We've just come from the island, where our investigation led us.
The scene is making even him feel as though he has to justify your actions.
We might need your help with something later.
He adds, suddenly regaining his confidence.
As if he recalled that he's in fact a decorated police lieutenant and not a naughty boy.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
Thanks, Lieutenant.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
She says warmly, flashing the lieutenant the tiniest of smiles.
Letting the lieutenant know he shouldn't feel embarrassed over the shitstorm that's about to befall you.
No one else seems bothered by the bleeding.
Bothered by it? Harry, you look like you need a fucking organ transplant. Ah, fuck it. Let's not get into that.
Forget about all this. There's a giant...
We're not forgetting about anything. Look at
He
you.
points at you with both his hands. What is this about?
Ari, we want to help you. Trant, I believe this is where you come in?
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science.
Oh, I see.
My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
They've just managed to, like, rope him in randomly to be some kind of occupational psychiatrist.
No, Trent, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
What does he have to say for himself? He left you to catch the bullets. Shit kid. What an interesting moniker.
What's a shit kid?
You. Shit kid, that's you.
Maybe you've deserved it.
How did you know I was here?
The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
I understand. Okay, Gart told you.
And people on the street helped us too, with your whereabouts.
You're a legend among the drunks, Harry. A legendary local drunk.
You aren't the man with the sunglasses at all. You're not even blonde.
Guilty as charged. I heard you'd lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was true, and it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now. There's one less person for me and everyone else to rely on.
He was too sarcastic for you to realize who he was.
Maybe if you hadn't been so sarcastic, I would have realized I knew you.
I'm clinically depressed, Harry. Sorry if I wasn't in the mood to batter you up after you told us to fuck off.
I don't like being lied to.
I didn't lie to you. No one lies to you. You were so fucked up on booze you couldn't recognize your own partner.
So Trant Heidelstamm turns out to be Special Consultant Trant Heidelstamm.
Yes, I'm Tran Heidelstamm. I never said I wasn't Tran Heidelstamm.
What was up with the kid then?
Mikhail? Mikhail's my son.
Oh yeah? What was up with all the interesting history? Spying on me?
No, I was just interested in the Feld building and the Martinez beachhead. And Mikhail wanted to see Martinez. It was a coincidence.
Him being there with his son, it was not a coincidence. It's difficult to see, but he was worried about you. And also interested in the Feld building.
So what are you special consulting here?
What indeed? I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Königstein in the 30s. Like partial psychotraumatic amnesia, group personality theory.
He's here to see if you're insane. He is smart. Let's move on.
You never told me you're not the horse-faced woman.
Lieutenant, my name is not horse-faced woman. It's Judith Minot. I was assigned to your unit 2 months ago. I thought we were friends.
We're still friends, I just have a stupid head.
Okay. Because you're my commanding officer, I really want to respect you. I want us to have a normal relationship.
That will never happen, Jude. He's the rudest man on earth. He's the reason why the rest of us have to take sensitivity training. And I hate sensitivity training.
You mentioned a task force?
Yeah, Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells?
Refresh my memory? Who else is in this?
Refresh your memory? It's a goddamn Major Crimes Unit. There's you, me, Jude, Tron fucking Heidelstamm, and Guillaume Baby.
I'm technically just a civilian advisor.
Oh, fuck you. You're part of this shit show.
Who's Guillaume Bevy?
Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. Guillaume Bevy is a police reporter who joined our team. He was really good. Then he left because he lost faith in your ability to lead the unit. Other people have left too. Good, smart people. People we won't get back. Only me and this really patient patrol officer are still here. And Tron because I'm forcing him to stay.
Okay, what does the unit do?
It's a major crimes unit. We clear the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station in town. We are shit tier now, Harry. Because of you.
The 41st isn't...
He trails off, not wishing to finish the sentence. Duped again. No one's who they say they are.
Duped? Hey, here's a brilliant idea. Don't be a morbid drunk and you won't be duped so easily.
Okay, that does have something to do with it, yeah.
No. Everyone's just a brilliant master of disguises.
Where have you been all this time? There was a mercenary tribunal.
God damn it, Harry.
He shifts his weight, crosses his arms, and looks you in the eye.
You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All we burn. Detect or die.
So you let me face a squad of trained killers alone just to teach me a lesson?
It wasn't like that.
Fuck you, Harry. We didn't know there was gonna be a tribunal, did we?
Why didn't you detect or die then?
Oh, you think it was cool you saying that? Aesthetic somehow? You were crying when we got here. Breaking things. You said we were going into the abyss. None of us wanted to see the abyss. So we fucked off. Like you told us
So
to.
what are you doing here now? None of this is ringing any bells.
The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Trant, this is where you come in. How bad is it?
Well, He doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat, he's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia, episodic and semantic.
Meaning, you forgot both who you are and the definitions of money, e-solar, pal, and so on.
As displayed in a station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
Socioeconomically, you think I'm so poor I lost my memory? I drank so much I lost my memory, and I'm now slowly recovering it. I made it all up. It might have something to do with an anomaly in the church. A 2 millimeter in the world. 2 millimeter hole in the world. Lol. I am highly experimental detective. This was a method I used to solve the case. Something so sad happened to me that I couldn't be me anymore. It was a defense mechanism. I think that's probably the truest. But let me ask, wait, socioeconomically, you think I'm so poor I lost my memory?
Not when you phrase it like that. But I don't think critical theory... I know everyone thinks this is far-fetched pink academia, but still, I don't think it should be off the table here.
Well, socioeconomics are relevant in the sense that poor mental health is often related to environmental factors, which includes political and socioeconomic factors, right? So, like, poverty does, like, increase your chances of poor mental health, alcoholism, addiction, depression, suicidality, so on. So in that sense, yes. But, you know, maybe he could have explained that a little bit. But I also don't think that this is the time and place necessarily for a socioeconomic analysis of why he is so depressed that he completely forgot who he was.
What? He lost his memory because of capitalism?
Kinda, yeah.
No, not like that. I'm not talking Verhede for school here. But Harry, I asked you, what do you think happened?
Capitalism fucked me beyond all recognition. Trant is right. I feel that the honest one is something so sad happened to me that I couldn't be me anymore. I feel like that gets to the root of it, the issue in a lot of ways, but I am kind of tempted to just say capitalism fucked me beyond all recognition because it's kind of funny. Something so sad happened to me that I couldn't be me anymore. It was a defense mechanism.
Psychotraumatic amnesia, Trant? I can go for that. Shit kid is a broken man. Always has been. Who isn't? I know I am. But you know what? I keep my shit together. Also, I know a person can't wipe their own mind, however traumatic it gets. That doesn't happen. You're lying, or insane, or both.
But Detective Wigmer, he has blanked out before.
I have?
Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. One was after the 2 drunks case, the other when we looked into that mural.
So you don't remember not remembering. Beautiful.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yes. Practice. And then he used alcohol to get there, so to speak.
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we live in?
True.
What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect. Look at the sensory input here.
Based Trant. It's, is it Asata Shakur or somebody else who said that it is no mark of health to be well adjusted to an insane world, or something like that. Let me Google this so that I can make sure that I'm getting it right. It is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. This has been quoted by a lot of people, but the original phrase seems to come from someone named Krishna Mutri. Anyway, yeah, that's what I meant. It is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society, which is basically like in a lot of ways like it's like a materialist analysis of poor mental health. So under kind of the circumstances that we're talking about, it does kind of come back to, in a big way, capitalism is the reason that you are so depressed. And so this is kind of based of Trant to be saying.
Look at the ruins, the neon, listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world tape, to borrow a known metaphor. Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total import. Hardwired to the free market. He just needed for its end.
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the major crimes unit? Is he a crétin now? I want to know that.
Wow. Jean Vicmar, you are a jerk.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
Leadership. Now.
I don't want to be a cop, though, so... You know? What now?
Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here.
Really?
No. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry?
I drove it into the ocean when I was drunk.
Ah, so refreshing. He just admits it. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property that's coming out of everyone's payslip. It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
I got my badge right here.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic, and the badge slips out of your hand.
Hand-eye coordination check. Catch it. Nice.
Not today, badge.
The drama is unnecessary. I got the badge all as well.
And your gun.
He asks, unimpressed by the piece of plastic in your hand.
As if having your badge and gun are natural states, not achievements. What is it with all these material objects?
My gun is right here. Show him the Villiers 9mm.
He has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone.
I haven't been drunk in a week, asshole. I just have a terrible leg wound. I'm not drunk. I haven't started drinking again.
So you forgot to drink? I don't buy it. Why do you smell like a corpse then?
He's wounded. It's been a long week, and he's handled an actual corpse.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a shit week. I'm sorry I smell bad.
A bit of a week? You're drunk, and you let a suspect escape, a certain Clasier, because you were too drunk to assess a flight
I
risk.
have not been drinking.
We've read the report, Sari. Lieutenant Kitsohagis. We know.
not taking her in was the right thing to do. She gave a vital clue that led us to the island.
Oh well, if she was nice. I'm not even gonna get into the other suspect, who also escaped. Yeah, Ruby something, or the fact that you're Everclear's little peony now, doing I don't know what for him. That's small-time stuff. That's nothing. That's a humorous anecdote, compared to the 8 people who were gunned down. The streets are literally red with blood, Harry. It was fucking massive.
Well, that wasn't my fault.
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired and vetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals. He did so at considerable risk to his person. Remember, he was shot. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been.
Yeah, it was a massacre. We got wiped. Where the hell were you?
Don't make this harder for yourself.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation.
He brushes a stray strand of hair out of his eye and coughs.
He thinks of apologizing, but decides against it.
You've spent the week with him on this case. What is your take?
On the case?
I see. So this is another area where I'm assuming that your relationship with Kim will have an effect on the outcome.
On Lieutenant Geoffrey Dubois.
Well, the drinking, the gun losing, also losing the badge. That's all true. Although he has not been drinking on the job this week.
See?
1 week.
Then there's the self-flagellation issue. He likes to apologize, profusely, making it sound like he's guilty of at least first-degree murder. It's not a good communication strategy for an officer. It's worrying, especially considering his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a Mazovian socio-economist. He wants to liquidate the ruling class, which, again, for a police officer, is a little...
What the hell, Kim? What the hell, Kim? Kim is throwing me under the fucking bus for being a Marxist right now. Listen, you know what? If I lose my job, it's for the best, because I don't think I should be a cop. But still, Kim, and you don't need to be making some kind of bitchy-ass comments about how apologetic I am. That's so unnecessary. Wow. That's so unnecessary.
You should yell something.
That's not a good idea.
Yes, let's let the big boys talk.
And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, something I was not present for. But despite all this, he is a great detective, one of the best I've seen, in fact. He can talk human beings into telling him everything, and he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped pursuing leads, however far-fetched and tangential. He is tireless, madly driven. Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which, by the way, was a valiant effort. He really sang his heart
Okay, alright. We're bringing it back. My boyfriend is bringing it back.
Yeah, it was what it was.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator, locked on the island right now, awaiting transportation. He apprehended a straggler who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Oh, and he also discovered a new species.
A new species?
A colossal stick insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds. It unfolded from the reeds. I think we may be dealing with the Insulindian phasmid.
He takes out the photo of the phasmid and shows it to the officers across the yard. The wind blows, flapping the glossy rectangle in his hand. You hear gasps beneath the howling of the wind.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
So, as you can see, I'm a pretty okay detective and an absolutely giant communist.
Fucking hell. Is this somehow connected to the case?
He ignores you, still staring at the phasmid.
The killer did not seem to be aware of the phasmid's presence, exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia. He fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became near catatonic.
Yes, the phasmid may have contributed to his mental state in some way over the years.
So it is connected.
I must say, this is absolutely extraordinary. I don't even have words for it.
Yes, it really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
His tired eyes follow the photo as the lieutenant puts it away.
This is a very, very sad man who has just seen something that's made him forget his sadness. Now you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never.
Ugh, I'm not super motivated because I don't really want to be a cop, but whatever. There was also a dead man on the boardwalk, a missing person I found.
Yes, fallen through a gap in a boardwalk. Drunk.
How did you know I found him?
The body was transported to Precinct 41, our morgue. I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of funeral arrangements and family stuff.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This all comes back to us.
Still, good work with the missing person, detective.
It's still a point for you. No denying it.
I also started a nightclub in the church.
What was that? It sounded like you set up a nightclub in the church.
Yeah, I did some kids a solid. I turned their lives around. Oh, and I discovered a hitherto unexplored intro-penetical phenomenon in there too, a 2mm hole in the world.
That's great. Anthroponaut is a great new career for you. After police officer. I don't care. Go live in the Pale.
4 kids were living in a tent on the ice. They were going to drown when it melted. It's not optimal, but the building was abandoned, so he put them in there. It's okay.
It's not that okay. Get off this subject now.
Also, the phasmid was female, the reader its nest.
Female? What makes you think so?
You had to see it. It had the subdued colors of a female. And the nesting behavior too, I think.
Incredible. Were there eggs in the nest?
Not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though.
I think it had gathered items in its nest, a helmet and a scope.
Actually, you know, this would indicate it was a male. This is far from anything in my field, but I think such nests are called bowers. They are for attracting mates.
Bowers are built by males of the species who can't afford colorful mating displays physically. This one was plain colored.
I still think it was female.
Of course, as I said, I'm only guessing. I didn't see it. It must be robust if it can move a whole helmet with its limbs.
I just want it to be a girl, so I think it reproduces by parthenogenesis.
As in cloning itself? What makes you think so?
It told me.
Then it wouldn't matter if it's male or female. The bower would just be rudimentary behavior from before the parthenogenetic mutation.
That makes sense, yes.
Very interesting. Such organisms are extremely vulnerable to disease. A single strain of bacteria could wipe out the whole species. We're probably looking at conservation efforts here.
So, hermaphroditic reproduction. That's pretty cool. Trans icon, interlindian phasmid. It had mandibles that looked like hair, and it was completely white on the inside.
Yes, but also reed-colored, beige and brown, a little green on the outside. After unfolding from a single stalk, it still retained parts that looked like reed tufts on its limbs.
Incredible. The PR value of this is exceptional. Carp discovers new species. Maybe even discovers the interlindian phasmid. No, that's too much.
This would really help with some of the problems we've been having.
Oh no, I don't want to improve your public image.
Absolutely, this is great. This does not say vigilante murderers to me at all. This says science, news, human interest. You know, it's a really good thing you have that photo.
Without it,
You're doing good here. Perhaps only for a moment, but still. Quit while you're ahead? Or no?
I also looked into the mystery of the doomed commercial area.
I don't know what a doomed commercial area is.
Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10, a commercial building where all businesses go bankrupt. I looked into it.
Why? That's not what you were supposed to do here.
There was a possible witness in there, and it was close to the crime scene. He was just chasing a lead and ended up advising a local shopkeeper. It was okay.
Of course. Call it community outreach, right?
The killer, we have a strong motive for him.
Lilianovich. A revolutionary matronym.
A revolutionary matronym?
The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms. Krasovich, Lasovich, etc. The revolutionaries saw this as a chauvinist atavism, so they used matronyms, derived from the mother's name instead.
In other words, so I think, I might be wrong about this, so feel free to fact check me, but my understanding is that in Russian, the Vich kind of part of the name is to indicate like is to indicate lineage. So it's like Ivanovich is like son of Ivan. So what they're saying is that the revolutionaries used matronyms instead of patronyms. So instead of like son of insert father's name, it's son of insert mother's name. Yeah, so Lilianovich makes sense because Lilian is a woman's name, so that's a matronym. Lilianovich is son of Lilian.
This man's mother was Lilian. His Lilian's son, Lilianovich. The custom was overturned after the revolution failed, but not before it made it to Revachol.
So, it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
It's interesting that the ICM has like a analysis about patriarchy, and they decided to use matronyms instead of patronyms, but then this guy was being so misogynistic.
Thank you, Trant. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory. You said you have a motive?
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
It is noteworthy, Trant. Don't listen to him. I don't think he did kill the mercenary hoping to start a war. I think that was a side benefit, but... Oh, whoopsie daisy. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button again. He killed the mercenary in an act of jealousy also doesn't feel like all of the motive. Like, I think that he wanted to kill him because he was a fascist, and he wanted to kill him because, you know, he said he didn't want to see him having fun or whatever, blah blah blah, and also he kind of fancied Klasia. Like, I think the motive is a bit more complicated than that, but it definitely isn't like he didn't want to start a war between the company and the union. He didn't say that at all, so I guess I'll just say he killed the mercenary in an act of jealousy.
Jealousy? I thought this Lilianovich was an old man, to have been hiding for 50 years, like 70-something.
A strange psychosexual fascination, the result of spending all this time in solitude on the islands of this bay. And trauma too. He himself gave a political reason. In his mind, he had killed an enemy combatant. Also, we have a sniper's nest with full view of the room in which the mercenary died, right on the island, and 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
It's a clean win.
Oh, it's way more than that. Way more.
It will win me Dora back? No. I did everything I could. Every second was a struggle.
I've never doubted you can pull yourself together and work. In bouts. Bouts don't last. I can still smell the booze on the wind.
God damn it. Doesn't it ever leave? It is there. Like in your bones or something. It will
The previous head of the Débardeurs Union was assassinated by our killer.
This is a conversation for when we are no longer out in the open. In Martinez, where Everard and Edgar Clare have ears everywhere.
The lieutenant lowers his voice just a little.
Understood, of course.
But a case against Everard would be big.
I would prefer not to partake in anything union-related, for political neutrality.
You're not being politically neutral if you're working with the cops, Trant. So, what do you say? Want to take this hot shit back?
I don't want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder. So I have to. Jude?
Anything that ends the trial is okay with me.
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go.
I don't want him to be taken into custody, and I don't want to be a cop.
Now you will finally get to know who you are.
Wait, I have a few questions before we go about who I am.
The man looks westward, impatiently, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
Who am I?
Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry.
What?
Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore,
But before?
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
That does explain a lot.
Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the bicep girth, your inexplicable facial hair.
The collection of fallen sportswear I've amassed.
Some of your more old-school wording choices. Your posture, even. The constant stretches.
Also, this guy. Just everything about this guy. God, even this javelin-throwing freak here.
Oh god, contact Mike.
Of course. Contact Mike.
He's been on about Mike again. I hate that guy.
Contact Mike is a reprise of the most inspiring basic sporting principle of open competition. A 5001 rank outsider.
Oh, you don't say. Does he also vault an impassable gulf of finance and privilege?
It is getting cold out.
She looks around at the dilapidated fishing village. When was this? When was I a gym teacher?
In your 20s or late 20s. You've really let yourself go since then.
You said in Coron I was a gym teacher there?
Yes, you taught gym in Coron. I believe that's the term. Taught gym at a high school. You were a high school gym teacher.
The smell of sweat and glue. The worn floorboards. Coron is just east of Jamroad. It was a short walk every morning to the baseball field or the sports building.
High school. Harry, your goings-on with Kuno, Andre, Acel, the whole thing on the ice. That's why you're so juvie.
His smirk suggests barely contained laughter.
Why did I join the RCM then?
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are. All that.
You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach gym. She, leaving for the academy with her spring coat on. The air filled with the smell of smoke and raspberries, and incredible hope. An ocean full of hope.
Interesting. Okay, I see now.
I knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that. He's an honest-to-God gym teacher.
Why am I like this?
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, you were drunk.
You really went with it too. Really maximized the damage.
Was her name Dora?
Yeah. Dora England, I think.
Not Dora Dubois.
Dora Ingerland?
Something like that. Half Vazan.
Vasa is where beautifully and impossibly blonde people come from.
So we weren't even married?
No one is married anymore. This is Revachol.
When was this?
God, I don't know. 6 years ago. She was way before my time.
6 years and you haven't gotten over it. What the hell is wrong with you?
6 years?
Yeah. Or 7. You're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. That and Dora England really tore you a new one. A big one.
Sweden mentioned? Is that the place that she's partly from? Vazen, did he say? Who was she?
Incredibly bangable.
Okay, don't say that. No, I mean, what did she do?
She was incredibly fuckable. A beautiful bourgeois woman. Wavyish. Like a Welkin, basically.
Calm down, Jesus.
Snow Welkin, blonde Welkin, heartbreak Welkin, pain Welkin.
I've only seen a picture, but it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with how pretty she was. One you never recuperated
With how
from.
pretty she was. But what about with her?
Look, the sun is about to go down. It's time to go.
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. Hard to say which came first, the middle-class chick or the drink. Egg and the chicken kind of thing. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist? A forensic psychiatrist? Go talk to that.
In other words, he's heard enough about this.
Okay, am I a dirty cop working for La Puta Madre?
No.
No, because a suspect seemed to think.
You're too unstable to work for a mob boss. You're suicidal, Harry. No mob boss would take you.
I assure you, I wouldn't consult for a corrupt unit.
I think he's paraphrasing Harry here. What do you mean exactly, lesbian pain?
He would immediately backpedal out of it. I told you it's not that bad.
Precinct 41, what kind of station is it?
Us? We're the bloody murder station, haven't you heard? We're the bad guys. No one likes us.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You are just understaffed, and everyone respects the 41st. You have Captain Price.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we need to...
He tilts his head northward.
Get back to it. We left Torsen and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good.
Torsen and McLean.
Mac the Torso Torsen and Chester McLean. They're not fit to run a wing. Believe me. Things are shaky as it is.
They are damn iconic though, Torsen and McLean.
An iconic duo, I take it?
Yeah, not like us. Two clinically depressed old men. Where's the contrast here? We are garbage.
And the Sea Wing is...
God. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B, C, and D. We're in C. It's made of losers and clock punchers. You and I reconceptualized it as a task force. It was a mistake.
There's also a lot of outside help involved, not only me. Other losers too.
And Price is...
Ptolemy Price? He's the son of the old Price, one of the founders of the RCM.
He's one of the most highly regarded men in the force. You're lucky.
Somewhere under the curved roof of a former silk factory, shaped like a ladybird with 2 chimneys, Police Captain Ptolemy Price sits behind a heavy wooden desk. Resident medic Nix Gottlieb pours him coffee. It's silent in the captain's office. They speak of change, the city, the tension on the streets. They speak of the events of April and the blood on the streets in May.
Did we recently shoot up a church by chance?
So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been a raid on some churches. It wasn't good press.
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear.
Okay, Trent. What happened? Why did we need to go there?
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information. That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore. Your security clearance is shit tier right now. You have to wait for it to go up.
He means it. The RCM and its enemies will not be discussed on this coast.
So I work in the bloody murder station?
Okay, it's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and a coffee corner. A lot of good people work there, hard, every day.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershoal. Faubourg, technically, but it's divided into 11 districts. Jamrock only has us.
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the greatest of the districts. You're lucky to have it.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
The Phasmid, I need to tell Lena about this ASAP.
Who is Lena?
She lives at 1113 Tabernacle Road in Jamrock.
A cryptozoologist. She lives in Jamrock on Tabernacle Road. She told me about the phasmid.
Tabernacle? It's on the way over. Near where you live on Perdition.
She looks at Vicmar.
Fine, if we're gonna drop you off anyway.
She and her husband were conducting the search for the phasmid. It's their discovery, in part. They should know as soon as possible. It would do you good to deliver some positive news for a change.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi, what will you do now?
Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to be good to cover all these. Then I will have a serious talk with my captain.
About what?
Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol.
He pulls up his collar and looks around, the cold spring light reflected in the lenses of his glasses.
I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready, infiltrate, investigate.
Want to do that at Station 41?
Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of two captains with my doom-mongering.
No, I meant investigate. Come work in Precinct 41.
Work with Price? I'm flattered, but I don't know if I...
Would fit him. Am crazy enough. Can take the stress. He doesn't know how to finish the sentence.
Sorry, I forgot to check chat. Lesbian Pain says him talking about Dora. He's never met her, just worked with Harry for years, and a lot of Harry's thoughts about her are her looks, etc. Oh, interesting. How do we know that he never met her?
This truly came as a surprise to him. Not a bad one, but he's at a loss.
Flattered? You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even considered.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor.
The lieutenant turns very serious all of a sudden.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to. Mountains, even.
I do like the sound of that.
Recruit Detective Kim Kitsuragi. Oh, he mentioned that Dora was before his time. Okay, thank you for clarifying all of that, Lesbian Pain.
He's really considering it.
Okay, I'm ready, I guess.
Good.
She looks at you, then Vicmar.
Fuck it, let's go. Tron brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock.
Under the afternoon sky, the great district hums. A chessboard of wooden houses, 80,000 living souls, and chimney stacks. Fire traps as far as the eye can see. From Main Street to Precinct 41, to Boogie Street, forking into the snow-swept horizon. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme, a square bullet slides into a square-shaped chamber. In Old South, a man without eyelids smiles. Spring has come. It's time. Dawson? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstein? No. Vicmere? Yes. Dubois? Of course. Really? Nick Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Ptolemy Price gestures with a ballpoint pen. It's dim in his office, and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through. When he does, he'll side with the people. Understood. Gottlieb returns to the list. Minnow? Of course.
I love this final Esprit de Corps check. Or rather, the final checks. Yeah. Shivers and Esprit de Corps.
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
Okay. It's told in bits and pieces from passive EDC checks, but the RCM appears to be planning a revolution. A revolution? What does that mean? What kind of a revolution? Clap, everybody clap. That was Disco Elysium. What an incredible game. I do think that I might do like 1 or 2 more streams because I really, really want to do the Communist Quest, and it doesn't feel right to stop streaming this game on this channel until without playing the Communism Quest. So I think that in a future stream, maybe over the next couple of weeks, I'll load an earlier save before I talk to Ruby, and I'm gonna try to do the Communist Quest. And I don't know if doing the Communist Quest influences the rest of the game in any way, so in terms of like whether I should play the Communist Quest and then like replay the ending to see if anything's different or anything like that. Yeah, I'm not sure what the situation is with that, but I think that it definitely feels wrong to stop streaming this without having played that quest yet. So I think I will come back and try and do it. Yeah, I mean, I feel, in terms of the ending and how I feel about it, like, I feel good that I had, like, a strong relationship with Kim, and that seemed to really come through in the final parts of the game. Obviously, I wanted to solve the murder because I wanted to know what happened, like, in terms of, you know, just playing the game and finding out more about the story and stuff like that. But sometimes I feel when you play games and you want to find out more about the story, sometimes you kind of do things that you don't necessarily want to do in order to progress that. And you know, if I'd gotten fired from the police force, which seems as though that is an ending that you can get, I would have been like, yeah, maybe that's for the best. You know what I mean? I mean, ideally I could quit the police force, that would be good. But I guess that in the sense of, like, I solved the murder and I had a solid friendship with Kim, that seems to have been the, like, quote-unquote best ending. I don't necessarily know how I feel about it, just from the perspective of playing as a cop in this game and also, like, being a communist or trying to explore the communist options. So I'm gonna have to chew on that a little bit. Yeah, I'll definitely come back and play the Communist Quest on stream. I don't, I'll try and replay it in my own time to see some other stuff. I don't think I'll play alternative versions of this game on stream again or anything, though, just because I really loved this game, but it is very, very long. And again, I loved it, but it took a very long time to get through, and I think a lot of the time, like, I wouldn't necessarily stream a game this long because I prefer to stream shorter games, but obviously it's Disco Elysium, it's like super political, it's like very game assist coded, so I was gonna play it and I was gonna finish it on stream, right? And feels right to go back and play the Communist Quest, so I will do that on stream in the future. We don't know because whatever happens is after the game, but it's implied to be a leftist, if not communist, revolution if the stuff about the RCM descending from the ICM is true. Okay, well, that's fascinating on account of, you know, they're cops. But I know that, so I do know that there were plans for Disco Elysium 2, but all of the shit that's gone down since the final cut, like the intellectual property rights legal battle stuff that's been happening has put that really up in the air. I mean, and I say this with like pretty much all games that I like, you know, a Disco Elysium sequel would be cool, like loved this game, would be really interested in seeing more, especially if it's hinted that there would be some kind of like communist revolution in a sequel. But equally, like, I don't care about getting more content more than I care about workers getting a fair deal, and I think being a fan of Disco Elysium, like, and, you know, being a communist, that's a position that feels really important to take. Like, yes, love this game, yes, would be happy to play a sequel, would love more content, but more content is never going to be more important than, like, the workers getting a fair deal. And so if Disco Elysium 2 cannot go ahead because of like issues with Zaun and whether or not it can be a fair working environment, and whether or not like the creatives behind Disco Elysium can have access to their own intellectual property, like those issues are more important than getting more content. So we'll see where it goes and whether or not there'll be a sequel in the future, but I would never want a sequel at the expense of like workers' rights and creatives' rights. But I guess we'll see what happens with that. It's looking very unlikely at the moment. But I guess I can see how that setup would potentially imply a sequel. There are a lot of discussions about theories and interpretations. The community can't figure out what the fuck Everard actually is. What do you mean, what the fuck Everard actually is? Like, in what sense? Sorry, let me just take a drink of water. So, for folks who don't know, we do have a Discord server, Game Assist Discord server. If you become a patron of Game Assist, which I think you can become like a £1 member, which is our lowest tier, or you can even become a free member, then you can join our Discord server. If anyone's kind of interested in further discussions about this game with us, then the server is a great place to do that. I've just typed in the command !Patreon in the chat to bring up the link to our Patreon for anyone who would be interested in becoming a member and joining our Discord server. And I mean, if you were interested in becoming a paid member of our Patreon, it is really helpful for us. We're just like very small, we don't make a lot of money, we're all doing what we do at Game Assist on a volunteer basis, so anyone who wants to support us, that's a great way to do it. But the major perk is getting access to our Discord server and some potential behind the scenes content for our video essays and stuff. Because there's a lot to talk about with this game for sure, and I'd be interested in talking more about it and like what the theories are and you know, how people have engaged with this game, how people have interpreted this game. I would definitely be interested in more about that. And while playing it, I've definitely thought, I think that there are a couple of things that I could potentially be really interested in, like doing a video essay or something on. That's probably something that would be quite a while in the future, but I definitely did have a couple of ideas while playing this game for that, so that could definitely happen too. This was just a great game. It was really, really good. I'm really glad that everybody pressured me to play it. It was a good peer pressure. I'm really glad that I played it, and I think that playing it on stream with all of you guys was a great experience as well. I really appreciate all of your help and hot tips and everything that you've contributed to this stream in terms of your interpretations, your knowledge, your advice, etc. Yeah, it has been a really great experience. There we go, end of the credits. That's it, that's Disco Elysium.